might actually have something to work with now. Let's give this a minute and just see what happens. I think it'll be a small miracle if this works, but I guess we'll see. It says we're live. Perhaps we are. Let's see. Can anyone see this? Cheers, guys. I think we got it. I really do not fancy the new YouTube live stuff. The interface is poor. Hey Robert, cheers. Alright, so we are here. Alexa, trigger live show. So we might be able to do something. Let's give it a go. No, the chat's enabled just fine. So we'll see what I'm really hoping that we can perhaps test out some of the functionality here tonight. I just want to get things back to where they once were, where I can stream easily. Yeah, that's an old stream. Come on. And where I can monitor live chat. All right, cool. I finally got. I got a video coming up. Cheers, Armando. Let me kill this replay. Alright. This will work. It's not the best, but it'll work. At least I'll have some way of having live chat here. Yeah, not the new cutting mat. Yeah. So that was... Again, live and learn, right? That definitely is. If we go right here and pull that out of there, this camera will likely wig out and go nutty pants like it did last time, or maybe not. Maybe it was just the right day of the week to really screw with the processing, but that's what it was. So it was the new cutting mat. You're right. You're bang on. So, all right. I think, I know the camera doesn't like that. The goal for tonight is very, very minimal. The goal for tonight is just to see if we can stream so that I can go live with you guys periodically. We're getting into the fall now, so we can maybe do a bit more from the benches and stuff. But I need a live rig that I can just hit go and that I can monitor chat, and that cameras that work and don't wig out, and settings that are quick and easy. Tonight was not quick and easy. It took me 2 tries to get the dashboard to work because the new dashboard sucks. They're discontinuing the go live now functionality that YouTube that worked well for this. They're discontinuing that this week, according to Restream. So, yeah, whatever. So be it. So, I think we've got live chat. I think we've got some things, and then you want to solder some stuff. Let's do some soldering. Oh yeah. You guys haven't seen the videos on this because I'm still cutting part 3, but I got messing around with the laser cutter. And the ResQ project, this project is in the Hackaday Prize final, or well, it's not in the finals yet. Tomorrow is the announcement for the finals, all the finalists. But these are the cases that I cut out. If you follow me on Instagram, you guys have seen this. Some of you guys follow me, and I talk back and forth with you guys on there and on Twitter. But I cut these with the laser cutter, and I wanted to design so that other people could make these easily too. So I wanted a 2D version on top of my 3D printed version so that anybody can make it easier anywhere or cut them out by hand. And these are the end result of that, of last weekend's work, and man, am I happy with that. That's pretty cool, eh? Like, that's pretty slick. I'm pretty happy with that. Thanks, Robert. I really hope it does too. We'll find out tomorrow. The announcement was supposed to be yesterday, but they pushed it back. Hackaday tends to do that a lot. They tend to miss deadlines a lot. So, whatever. So be it. But yeah, anyway, so on that topic, well, that's kind of what I had planned for tonight. So what I've got is what I'm planning is to do my first electronics kits on the channel here. And I've got, I know that exposure is a little hot. Let me see if I can fix that. That's a little better. So I've been slowly assembling all the components that I need to do kits now that I know the project works. So you guys haven't, my videos are so far behind. The part 2 just aired and part 3 has been in production for over a month, but I took this out last weekend and did another field test with it, and there's nothing I want to change now except for the enclosure and this extra wire and stuff. But from a kit standpoint, or from a production standpoint, or from a use case standpoint, it is completely ready to rock and or roll. Here's the layout I just quickly did the one night, and this is fully functional, with a nice little slide switch and everything on it. And I'm not going to dox myself, it's going to get a GPS lock even though I'm in the basement. But I took this out and it works from a huge distance, from several hundred meters. I'm able to pick up all the tourists on the beach, no problem with it, and it works great. So I'm pretty happy with it. 5-row fires, yeah, well, it's pretty much there now. If you follow, where have I been posting? Yesterday I did, what did I do yesterday? Oh, day before yesterday I did the new PCB. So let's see how this is what we're going to do tonight. These are the PCBs. These are version 1 of the PCBs. These are already on my store, on store.makeme.org. I've got 50 some odd of these in stock. These are version 1.1 of the PCBs, and I've redesigned this and I've gone on to version 2. The only difference with version 2 is these spares are routed, and I switched a couple of minor things. I switched the OLED over to the more common OLED pinout, but as you can see, I've got lots of these version 1.1s. So I think it's time that we make our first kits, and all these other PCBs are actually on my store as well for sale right now. These are my strobe light PCBs. That's the Urban Kitchen Garden. That was in the Hackaday contest 4 years ago. And 5 years ago, this won 4th place in the Hackaday prize. This is the gas sensor for emergency workers. But anyway, yeah, those are in the store now. So I thought I would make this a lot easier for people that are interested and get kits made up. So I've got all the components here for the kits. I've even went out and purchased, I've got everything I need now, right down to bubble mailer envelopes to, what else? Anti-static bags to ship things in real nice, do a real nice job on that. And yeah, I'm all set. So the kits are not in stock on the store yet because we have to do some work to make this a little easier for people. And this is the Wemos D1 Mini Pro board that's in there, and these are as arrived from Amazon, and they'll go into the kits. But for people to use them, if you remember on my channel, there's a modification needs to be done to use these with an external high gain antenna. The antenna that comes with it, that's fine. It comes with a UFL connection, an SMA connection, and everything else. But if you just go ahead and plug that in, it's not going to do anything from the external antenna. It needs a modification. We have to flip it over and move a shunt resistor, a 0 ohm resistor, just a jumper, on the board. But as you can see, it's pretty tiny stuff. It's surface mount, so we're going to do that under the microscope so that anybody who gets a kit from me won't have to do that. I'll also program these with the code. But, Oh, cool. You have been watching. Cheers. That's good. Well, I'm glad to have you along. It's been a fun project. I've been documenting the hell out of this. This is the most heavily documented project I have ever done. Bar none. There's no comparison. The gas sensor project that won 4th place 5 years ago, yeah, I didn't have half the documentation I have on this, and it was actually this is a more complicated project, but it was not the most simple, intuitive thing either. So yeah, I've really done a lot of work on the documentation here. So I just fired up the soldering station. Actually, let's fire up that one too, and we will fire up the microscope, and we'll go ahead and solder some stuff. I think we'll solder up 3 boards. I'm shooting to have 3 kits made, and I got this other stuff to go in here. I've got all the SD cards. I think I got 10. I think I've got enough to make 10 kits of everything, but I got these, it's a funny name brand, Fatty Dove, but this is actually a fairly common brand on Amazon. They're very price reasonable, but very good performance. It's just kind of funny. And then I have GPS modules. I have enough to do several kits of those. And then I have the enclosures and PCBs. But I'm going to include a laser cut enclosure with the kits just to get people off on the right foot. Why the heck does my stupid junk tablet put itself to sleep? Why would it go to sleep watching a bloody YouTube video? Come on. Oh, is it because I had the video paused? That might be the case. Here. Oh, no feedback, no feedback. Oh, that was close. Surprised that didn't go squealing. Alright, cool. My go-to solder is actually Canadian Special. Nextech. This was what you used to get the house brand at Radio Shack. Nextech 6040 rosin core, light duty stuff. This is 0.8 mil. This is my go-to. Getting probably hard. I have one more roll of this, and then I have all these kind of no-namers, and some of it's okay. It's all 6040 rosin core. Some of it's like this one is not bad. But it's not great. It says flux 2%. Nothing really compares to this Nextech. This Nextech stuff is wonderful. And then back in the day, I used to get stuff house brand from Ideal Supply here, which you'll have Ideals in your area. Whatever house brand they were selling was pretty good, but that was a long time ago, so I don't know whether they still have that available. Oh, sorry. Bump you around a little bit. Okay, let's see. Let's get the microscope out. And see if we can solder some stuffs. This is my Strange Parts approved microscope. This is what we're going to use. Throw all my stickers on the floor. I love it. Oh, I should have bought a Brother label maker, one of these thermal label printers years ago. These things are fan bloody tastic. I'm nerding out having that thing. It's just great. Why? No, I don't want to do that. Interesting. Chat's not working over there. My uncle used to run the Radio Shack in Cold Lake. Oh, cool. Back when we had Radio Shacks. Okay, let's switch over to the microscope. I miss Radio Shack. Okay, I'll try and do this on camera, but this is the D1 Mini Pro. And what we're going to be interested in is up here. Let's See if I can get it centered, somewhat centered. There we go. Oh, I don't know why I heated up my iron. We don't need the iron. We're going to hot air this. Okay, so what we're going to be interested in is this guy right here, this 0 ohm jumper resistor. We need to move it from this ceramic antenna over to this pad, and we'll be all set. So let's zoom and focus, get you guys an even closer look. And that's what we're working with. And for scale, it's pretty small. There's the end of my X-Acto knife. It's pretty small stuff, but it's pretty easy. It's a lot easier when I do it here than when I have a microscope. But you can do this. You can do this with an iron, but I think I'll just do this for anybody that's buying the kit, and that way they don't have to deal with it. So always add just a blob of flux on things, and it makes your life so much easier. The thermal transfer will be so much better, and it will just work. So let's go ahead and get my hot air gun out. I just crank it to pretty much full bore, and then I just regulate the heat with the distance from my work, and you're gonna see when I get in there that things are gonna melt pretty quickly. I'll try not to burn my fingers. I'll try not to melt our UFL connection. And we'll just fix what we knocked off there. And there we go. Just like that, we're in. We don't have to do any more with that. We'll clean it up. Looks a little yucky under the microscope just because of the flux. But you gotta remember the scale that you're looking at. It's pretty tiny stuff. Clean that up. Take another good look at our solder joints. Make sure nothing downstream went sideways. It's annoying me that that's not centered, but it's absolutely fine. Knowing when to leave well enough alone is a skill that I've learned the hard way. It is not centered, but it's, like I said, it's so easy to forget the scale that you're looking at here. And remember just how tiny that really is right there under my thumb. So pretty small stuff. So that one's done. Ready to go back in the kit. Let's do another. Catch up on chat. We will see what happens. Perfect. Wonderful, wonderful. Give her a little goober. What's going on? Oh, me syringe, she fell apart. That's what's going on. I wondered why I couldn't get anything out of the nozzle. It's because the nozzle was extending with the plunger. There we go. Just a little bit of flux to help things flow around. Looks like a ton under the microscope, but it is not. I'll go ahead. Come on. We'll go ahead and fill miserably today. So we'll attack that a little bit different. Come on. Just give that a little bit more goober. Sometimes a little gob of flux, things are a little warm, a little bit of gob of flux will give it just enough surface tension to sit where you want it to sit. But today, not so much. Today it just wants to stick to my tweezers. But that's okay. You just gotta take your time. That's probably gonna be good enough there. Turn our air down just a little bit. That'll likely flow right into place. Just like so. And we'll just hit anything else around there just to make sure nothing got jostled, and just like that, we done. Pretty pretty. Did I get that on camera? Yeah, I sure did. Good, good. Yeah, things do get sticky. It happens. When you're dealing with stuff this size, it doesn't take much surface tension for things to be sticky. But that's okay. Just gotta take your time, not get worked up. And things will work out. And if it doesn't, try again. And if you knock other passives off the board, just put them back on. The only real risk here on this board is this UFL connector. You melt that and you're hooped. I do have spares. I knew this project was coming a long time ago, and many months ago I ordered spares from eBay. I have a whole drawer of them, and that's why hopefully I'll never need them now that I have them. But if I didn't have them, I would have wrecked both of those already tonight, and that would have been that. The only other trick to this is I'm right-handed, so from the right-hand side is where you want to have your heat coming in from. The only other trick would be, don't do it on a live stream. Don't solder live on the internet, because things go sideways always, but I don't care. Doesn't bother me none. A little bit of flux, a whole lot of flux, and yeah, my this hot air rig, not that camera, Eric, this one. This is just a super cheapo WEP that I'm using, and I've had this thing for nearly a decade now, and it's just awesome. The only gotcha is when you put it back in the cooling cradle, it has a cooling cycle. It's running full speed on the fan there until the tip cools, until the wand cools down. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn my iron back off. You don't need that. You'll burn your workbench. I have some aluminum tape up there to hopefully prevent that, but I have nearly caused a fire with that once. But live and learn, right? Live and learn. All right. Shall we see if we can go 3 for 3? Where's my tweezies? Okay, we already got flux on there. Are we on camera? We're on camera, super tight, so you guys can see my failures. See my horrible work. Okay. So that's tombstoning. There we go. We're done. Just like that. Easy peasy. Easy when you're under a big ass microscope. But anyway, now if anybody buys one of these from me, they don't have to deal with that. And that is now running on the external antenna. Do a little scrubby. Need a Q-tip. tip of the day, Q-tip dispensers. Give you guys for Q-tips, just take a parts baggie and cut the front out of it and hang that on the back of your workbench, then you can reach in and pull Q-tips out nice and easy. So, my tip for you guys, works awesome. Because Q-tips in a box, yeah, nice for shipping, the box they come in, but completely useless for dispensing. So there we go. We didn't wreck a connector. We got our little jumpy jump in place. We don't need to ultrasonic clean this or anything. This is only a little bit of flux. We have a board ready to test. Awesome. Q-tip tip. Yep. What microscope is this? This is the Shenzhen Special. This is the one that Scotty from Strange Parts worked with the vendor in Washong Bay in Shenzhen Market. I believe he said it was an older lady that was selling them, and he set her up and got her online, got her on AliExpress, and I think he even had kind of like a coupon code or whatever, but it's on under his video linked, and it was the best price for a true trinocular microscope with a decent enough camera. The camera kind of sucks, as you guys can see. It's not great, but it does the job. LED light and this stand that I needed because I don't have the bench space for the big articulating stand. But yeah, that's the one. Scotty from Strange Parts, his video, and I love it. I absolutely love this thing. I think I got it for in the neighborhood of 300 Canadian dollars at the time. I think the price of these shot up after a little while of his video being up, but yeah, I think it was about 300 Canadian, something like that. And that was just one hell of a deal for what it is and how well it works. So yeah, super happy with that. Okay, so I think I am ready now to assemble some kits. I'm just going to go ahead and set these back in before I forget them. I've got my inventory tracked. This here, you guys want a super sneak peek. This is what I'm developing for, well, it's just stuck in the board. The board has nothing to do with it, but this ESP32 cam, I've broken out the spare I/O on the board on Rev 2 to operate the camera from a single pin, and this will be capable of whenever the ResQ unit detects a target on the ground, it will just toggle the I/O for the pin for this and drive the camera, and the camera will snap a picture. So this can be sticking out the bottom of any UAV or RC aircraft or drone, and this is a case I found on Thingiverse that I'm playing with. I might design my own, but basically it'll be an expansion module. This thing, no problem, you just run the wires out, plug into this, and it will autonomously trigger a snapshot whatever direction you face in the camera every time it detects a new MAC address, every time it picks up a new target on the ground. So if you don't have a video link or whatever, or when you're reviewing the search results, the SD card contents after a rescue mission, you'll have photographic evidence of, in my case, I would just point it straight down from the aircraft, and it will you'll have a photograph every time there's a new MAC. So you might just see your target on the ground, but worst case scenario, you're going to get an overhead image of the area that you're interested in, which is really, really handy when you want to look at Google Earth or whatever to get an idea of where to send ground people to go find that lost person or whatever. Or if you're using this to, if you're using these to hunt poachers in a game preserve, you just tie this to the bottom of your drone, and this will find poachers, because most poachers are carrying their darn phone, and every bloody phone now, well, actually in areas in Africa, they're still using flip phones, but a lot of them already have, they do have Wi-Fi. I checked. So anyway, it'll snap a picture of the target, is the long and the short of it. So pretty happy with that. So that's going to be round 2, but yeah, it's not announced yet. Okay, so that one's no good one. I think what I'll do is I'm going to package up kits. These are version 1 OLEDs. These are compatible with the V1 board. I'll do an OLED. I'll do I'll do one of these. One of these. Are these anti-static bags? They even come with anti-static stickers. That's kind of neat. How do we do it without wrecking it? Yeah, that'll be enough. We'll be able to package up a kit, and then those ResQ stickers. I came up with this idea for packaging them. It's got a QR code that links right to the project code and everything on GitHub. I'll put that right on the front of it, but then on the back side or on the close is where I printed these that have the firmware version. This is the current firmware version that I'm running right now, which is the Arduino code, is version 2.3 that I just updated this weekend. PCB version V1.1, and then enclosure version that I'll send with them is V1.4. And the way I design these, all V1 boards are always going to be compatible with V1 enclosures, and V2 boards are going to be backwards compatible, but I'm making it super easy to tell, for me at least, what's in the kits and then the end user too. So I've never done kits before. I've never done projects like this. I've never sold them before because I always just sort of put it on everyone else to go and source the parts themselves. Well, it turns out I'm pretty good at finding this stuff, so I might as well do it for them. SD card contents all set and ready. I got multiple more laser printed or laser cut cases. Tech Mason, one of my Patreon supporters, gave me some acrylic this weekend, so I got plenty enough acrylic now. And then this is what I got for wire. The OLEDs come with these jumpers, that batch OLEDs, because I had to buy them from Amazon, but this is what I'm going to ship for people to use for wire in the kit. This is for LEDs, for NeoPixels. And it was the best price for good stranded core wire that I could find that was is plenty heavy enough. But at 4 conductors, this is perfect for everything in all the sensors in the kit and stuff that we want to run. So I'll give, like, for remoting, say, the OLED, it's just power, ground, SDA, and SCL, 4 wires. Perfect. Now you can remote the OLED out the side or wherever you want. I'll give people enough wire to work with, or remoting the SD card or whatever. So yeah, I think I got everything. I think we're all set. But I think that'll be enough for tonight, guys. Appreciate you guys dropping in. It was fun hanging out with you. If you like hanging out with me and doing these kind of videos, let me know. I'll be in Discord here momentarily, and I think I'll finish up. I'll finish up these kits another night, and then next live stream, maybe with a little bit more notice, we'll get some other people, get some more people in, hopefully. But I think we'll do some sticker giveaways. Check these out. I have, oh yeah, the ResQ stickers. If you don't follow me on social media, I got those all set. But I got tons of maker stickers and Raspberry Pi stuff that I've been making, and I think we'll give away some sticker packs to some viewers for putting up with me. And definitely want to do some for some of my Patreon supporters. For you guys, I want to send some your way in the near future. But that's what I've been printing as well. While I'm waiting on like a 3D print to run or whatever, I'm making stickers. So it's a lot of fun. Cheers, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Click a thumbs up if you like these videos, and I'll see you guys in the Discord here in 20 minutes. Discord's linked down below. Stop by makeme.org/Discord. Cheers, guys.